sir.
Communicating with people.
Barbara, I compared what is the difference between my response to a child in psychotherapy, shall we say, and a parent's response in the same situation. Suppose a child came into my playroom and he turned around and he turned over a glass of water. My natural response, without thinking spontaneously, would be, oh, the water spilled, here is a sponge. Now, the principle that I use is, don't say anything to the child about himself. Do not attack his character, do not attack his personality, do not attack his dignity. The principle is, here is the problem, here is the solution. Parents, because of their own upbringing, have a native tongue of rejection, a native tongue of attack. And what we try to do now is to give them another language. And this is a language of compassion and a language of caring. After all, it's as easy to say to a child, the milk spilled, here's a sponge.
Hello everyone, my name is Dali Degan. I will be discussing Ginnot's Congruent Communication.
Ginnot's Congruent Communication Theory is a classroom management approach that emphasizes the importance of effective communication between teachers and students. The theory assumes that for effective or congruent communication to occur, students must feel accepted and valued in the classroom. Ginnot suggests that confrontation should be avoided at all costs within the learning environment. He promotes the use of congruent messages and respecting students as they are for effective classroom management. Ginnot believes in congruent communication, which is harmonious and authentic, meaning it's where words fit feelings. The teacher's responses must be those of acceptance rather than rejection. The main point of Ginnot's theory is to educate students about their emotions and not hide those emotions. Ginnot's theories were very popular during the 1970s and are still influential today. Teachers can apply Ginnot's congruent communication theory in the classroom by following these steps. First, create a positive classroom environment where students feel accepted and valued. Teachers should show respect for their students and their feelings. Second, use clear communication to foster desirable behavior in students. Teachers should avoid confrontation and use congruent messages that fit their feelings. Third, respond to students' emotions with acceptance rather than rejection. Teachers should use their words wisely to create the right environment in the classroom. Fourth, educate students about their emotions and encourage them to express their feelings. Teachers should help students understand their emotions and not hide them. And lastly, use congruent communication to create a harmonious and authentic classroom environment. Teachers should strive to use congruent communication to create a positive classroom climate. Now, how can teachers create a classroom environment that fosters congruent communication? First, establish a positive classroom atmosphere where teachers work in conjunction with students to create a harmonious and authentic environment. Second, be aware of cultural differences and communication problems that may arise between students and teachers. Third, interact with students in a way that shows respect for their feelings and emotions. Fourth, use clear communication to set brief yet clear expectations for behavior in the classroom. And lastly, encourage students to express their emotions and help them understand their feelings. Now, what are some potential challenges teachers may face when implementing congruent communication in the classroom? Implementing congruent communication in the classroom may present some challenges for teachers, including time constraints. Teachers may feel that they do not have enough time to engage in effective communication with their students. Cultural differences. Teachers may encounter communication problems due to cultural differences between themselves and their students. Lack of training. Teachers may not have received adequate training in effective communication techniques, making it difficult for them to implement congruent communication in the classroom. Student resistance. Some students may resist expressing their emotions or may not be receptive to the teacher's attempts to create a positive classroom environment. And misunderstandings. Misunderstandings may occur if teachers do not use clear communication to set expectations for behavior in the classroom. Now, how can teachers assess their own congruent communication skills and identify areas for improvement? Teachers can assess their own congruent communication skills and identify areas for improvement by following these steps. 1. Use self-reflection. Teachers can reflect on their own communication style and identify areas where they may need improvement. They can ask themselves questions such as, do I listen actively to my students? Or, do I respond to my students in a way that shows acceptance? 2. Seek feedback. Teachers can ask their colleagues or students for feedback on their communication skills. This can be done through peer feedback or student evaluations. 3. Use role play. Teachers can practice their communication skills through role play activities. This can help them identify areas where they may need improvement. 4. Use metacognitive training. Teachers can use metacognitive training to help them become more aware of their own communication style. This can involve reflecting on their own thoughts and feelings during communication interactions. And 5. Attend training sessions. Teachers can attend training sessions on effective communication techniques. This can help them learn new skills and strategies for improving their communication with students. By following these steps, teachers can assess their own congruent communication skills and identify areas for improvement. This can help them create a positive and effective learning environment for their students.
As instructional leaders, we need to make sure that our students are not only learning but are having great experiences while they are in school. Again, my name is Dali Have a great day!